the type of game where EG needs a little bit more punch in the fight, so maybe even going for an unconventional kind of pub style build with the Orchid, get a couple kills, kind of break down the resources of Nigma, might buy them enough time. But again, Nigma needs to go, go, go. EG needs to survive. Hopefully a much closer game than game one.
Go, go, go sounds like fun to me, for sure. I'm sure that's fun for our commentary team as well. It's OD Pixel and Fog for game 2.
Go, go, go indeed. EG versus Nigma. This looks like a much more Nigma draft. EG still doing their similar approach here. Maybe relying on the Ice Timbersaw quite a lot in this early game. We'll see if it does end up paying off. Owen, how do you feel about this one?
I think, yeah, the panel's right. We're going to see a much closer fight from Nigma, surely, this time round, compared to what was a tough opening game with them. I love the finisher. I think a lot of the Nigma fans at home will as well. The Miracle Invoker coming into play. I mean, this alone should give them more potential to just do much more than they could do in the first game. Overall, though, I got to say, with the way that RTZ's been carrying games, I think you got to be pretty scared of him on his Arc Warden. You know, we've seen how well this boy's been farming recently on the Arc Warden. You know, you have the potential for your greed to go off the scale. They've got to slow down. Slow him down early. If they don't slow this man down, I think RTZ will be able to just take away this game as an Arc.
Definitely agree. I think this is the Nigma draft, though. I looked at that last draft and I was like, what's going on here? This looks much different from what we're used to. You know, they don't really have their mind control playmaker, active collapse on the map. They lost the early game so hard in the last game that they couldn't even play the draft the way that they wanted to. This one, it does feel like a bit greedy from EG. They also picked the Nyx Assassin into DK, and then Nigma goes for this Luna, where it's all about that group up and go. So I do feel like Nigma can set the pace a lot easier this time, but that's what they have to do. They cannot let this game start getting to this farm split push, because that's where RTZ is going to thrive.
No, without a doubt. I mean, I think night and day, this is just much better to see RTW on the Luna compared to the Magnus.
Agreed.
I mean, you know, the lad's master tier on this hero. He's going to perform. You know, he obviously had a rough one last game. That's just not going to happen again. That's not going to happen here. I refuse to believe we're going to see anywhere close to sort of that level of struggle from iLTW in this game too.
No, I agree. I think EG, they got away with murder last time when they have this Abed making space, getting the double runes. I think this was really important for them. Getting his haste rune, getting his arcane rune to set the tempo, having the Broodmother take over the whole top side of the map. That caused so many problems for Nigma. This is their bread and butter. This is what they've been winning with. This is what they've been kind of setting the meta with in most of these games. And I really do think it's Ice Timbersaw the one to watch in this game for being able to fight versus that big aggression that Nigma's going to be bringing.
Yeah. Sort of overall, how is this game as a Timbersaw game? You know, is this a game where you can see Ice becoming unkillable, or you think they'll have ways to threaten him at multiple points of the game?
They're going to go for the Vessel, right? Miracle is one of the few players that still goes for it really early on Invoker every game. Even if he's not versus some type of a healing hero, he still gets it, and they'd have overwhelming magic damage and percent damage. They have a Phoenix, so Sunray's always going to be a problem. Luna does that mixed damage. So it does feel like they should be able to kill him, unless he gets off to too good of a start. He gets that super early hood. We'll see.
So far in the lanes,
Sprites are with us.
What we got?
They did decide to put the Nyx as the 5, so putting crit, because they have a ranged hero, they're putting him up top and putting Fly bottom to try to secure the lane. Been interesting to see that change up.
Yeah, that's right. I guess what is this, just because Fly can more consistently trade harass with GH as a ranged hero?
I guess so, because I don't know if they expected it to be Kuro up top. I think perhaps they expected it to be the Phoenix up top. That's why they went for this lane setup. So I think Nigma maybe saw this coming, and that's why they set the Lion up top and they put the Phoenix down bottom. Interesting. Does punish my control less. If this is Enchantress up top versus the DK, then it would be more punishing. But either way, the Arc Warden is an excellent matchup versus the DK in lane.
Yeah, I mean, we see Mind Control at the moment struggling the most out of the cores. Not having too easy of a time getting the CS in this top lane. That's a crit. I'm going to have stun up in a second, but we're not quite wanting to go for it. Knows that level 2 is there. Crit doesn't have the carapace though, does have the mana burn. Trying to have that potential to limit the combo.
And Artesia gets Magnetic Field at level 2, something you don't really see too often. We don't see Arc Warden very often at all, but yeah, a bit interesting. CGH still level 1. He's getting ran down. Dead.
Well, there we have it.
Blood.
They will finally be able to do it. I mean, he was having a bit of a tough time trading hits against Fly. Fly coming out on top.
He's prioritizing blocking the camp. I think he knows he's going to end up dying there, but he does get the sentry down, so there's going to be no hard camp accessible for Fly.
Why are you so perky, Enchantress?
Mid fairly even.
What's happening?
Arbed 20 for 2. Whilst Miracle's 19 for 5. We'll see who's going to be the most active out of the two of them. You say Miracle likely to be in an early position to make aggressive moves, sweeping the map. Arbed. Be careful there, down to his last bottle charge, as Miracle will be able to push him forward around these 4-minute runes. Looks like we're not going to get anyone swinging over towards mid lane yet.
They're probably telling Kuroki to check it. I think he's going to immediately go to check top rune, and Miracle's going to go to check bottom, because they're going to be able to prevent Abed from filling this, and that's going to be problematic for the Storm.
I mean, Abed.
Oh, and Miracle's getting aggro. He might
just be dead. Whoop, very fast popped Abed. 20 HP there. Only just surviving. He is going to have to take the walk back to base. And don't know if Kuro is going to be able to find an angle on this. No, there's no chance, Arbed. The brown boots will manage to walk back to base, but yeah, this hurts. This sort of pressure from Miracle pushing Arbed away around that timing, that's going to give Miracle at least a full wave here to himself that's going to be missed out upon by the Storm.
That's huge. Double no, just going for the lane domination here on Miracle. Yeah, that's really nice for Team Nigma to start out with. As bottom, Fly is leaving Ice alone for a moment, so he's got Toon reactive, but Luna is one of the better carries to deal with Timbersaw since you have that high magical damage. Time to bring Ice low. He's got stick, so should be just fine, but he's not getting as much as he would like. 18 last hits only versus the 27 of the Luna, so really seeing why they went for this pick. High physical damage and magical in combination. Fly looking to slow down Miracle a little bit, but that's a bit of a weird rotation. Guess he's just looking to get some wards up here. Does feel like Fly needs to play more around this bottom lane. Otherwise, Ice, he's not going to get off to the start that he needs to for this team.
Sure, but you feel that if he's not able to rush towards that first early item, he is going to be held back in a state that Nigma can deal with the Timber at.
Absolutely. He still should get the hood at a decent timing, but there's overwhelming magic damage he has to deal with. Like the Invoker, the EMP, just the combination from the Luna. He does have to be careful. SSI staying very low down bottom. Does have the heal and the salve on Fly.
Where are you going?
Fly. Get aggressive onto RTW here with a Hellbear Smasher. Chain forward. RTW is going to get burst down. EG.
Nice play.
See a chance to get in on top of the Luna, and they've got the damage to take him down. Maybe GH as well, actually. GH does still have a dive available, but Ice is in. He's able to cut him down straight away. No chance to dive away as EG back with some quick hits on the bottom lane. Mid lane, Nigma will be able to get the catch onto Arbed. I'll take the kill underneath the tower.
Great move from Fly. Love that he makes that rotation back down, just recognizing a small moment where he can get the collapse onto the Luna, who steps near the tree lines. iLTW does have to be cautious playing around those trees near Ice. High burst damage. I believe that should be... What is that? His hood almost done? He actually goes for a Soul Ring, so getting a little bit more mana on Ice to keep applying that pressure down here.
Okay, I mean, I guess he's in it. With the sort of set from Fly, EG can get the kills down here.
Yep, they're bringing Abed.
He wants to go for a move in with his level 6. He's been spotted out by Miracle's illusion. So they know what's going on here. RTW is going to be fully aware. And with that in mind, yeah, it looks like Arbed, he might be able to catch RTW going to the jungle. So no, not going to be the case. RTW able to pass him. GH still hanging around underneath the tower. Being persistent here, and in fact, Arbed, he's going to be able to scout this out. GH will dive away. Arbed wants to chase no points in the Vortex with this skill build, so doesn't have any control here for the Phoenix. Still, though, GH is kind of trapped here behind the trees.
Fire Spirits, though.
Got any help coming in? I mean, iLTW is coming over. GH pops the stick charge at Arbed. He's got to be careful. iLTW nearly takes him out. GH will try and pop us out, but the final impetus from Fly does take him down. So they will get the kill on GH, but it's quite a bit of an effort there from Arbed, and Kuro needs to be able to play with Arbed on the way out. With iLTW coming over, Arbed, he's going to be straight up dead. Nigma, they take down Arbed. Ice and Fly. Can they punish this? They can't. RTW Kuro able to walk away, so a painful moment there for Arbed with the effort that he was putting in to get that kill. Does, play a part in it, but losing his life for it.
And top, they take the entire tower before Mind Control even hits 6. Just off that first Cardi, they're able to take the tower. Miracle's still hunting for Crit. They scanned up here. They know that this Nyx Assassin's still in the area. He's got earn charges too. Crit, he's spotted. He's in trouble.
Crit. Yeah, with the damage from Mind Control, the Miracle, they'll have no struggle taking out the Nyx Assassin. Nigma making the plays here, starting to get this build up. 1k lead over to mid. Ice, he's pushing in. Mind Control's TP'd over. He's going to have Dragon Tail stun in a second. Ice, we'll see how carefully he plays this. And he's going to be cautious enough. Kuro not quite able to get in range to open up things with the stun.
Bit of an interesting skill build coming out from iLTW, maxing the aura. That just tells me even more so about grouping up. That's been the entire Nigma style. He's not looking to really farm, maxing Moonglaves or anything like that. He's looking to be a playmaker, playing around with this 5-man, just pressure towers as Mind Control's poking mid, and they're probably going to swing around in this area. Gonna move toward top right now. Kuro not quite level 6, but Miracle is in the area. Abed has to be careful.
With this extra damage boost that he's given to the team, he knows that Abed will die in the stuns.
He sure will.
They'll catch Crit off to the side, and you'll see, a couple of disables, and with that buff up, Nigma have no struggle for damage at this stage of the game. They'll be able to kill pretty much most of these heroes very easily with a 2-3 hero rotation.
Yeah, super high right clicks on everybody. Kuro now level 6 too, so he's got Finger at the ready early. Pre-10 minutes, level 6 on the Lion. Ice looking to hold that mid tower as long as possible.
Radiant's
he wants find himself a nice career. Yeah, he's got to be careful how hard he dives.
Ice. They're ready to turn things around him. He tries to dive in aggressively for GH. Can he get his way out of there? They've got the stun control. Fingers out into the tornado. Ice.
Still alive.
Managed to get away. Now backups come in. Ice still alive here. They got anything else to catch him with? They haven't. Ice makes it out there underneath the noses of 4 members of Nigma.
And that's the Finger usage too. Somehow able to tank through it with the hood.
Yeah, it's enough.
That looks scary too. He was so far up, but they couldn't punish him. If they had an iLTW rotation, they would kill him, but he was prioritizing farming a stack. They still have DK form to hit this tower with a 10-minute catapult coming in. Now Fly.
They're looking for Fly. Getting left behind deep here on enemy lines. As, he himself wasn't...
He's okay as well.
Okay, they just can't get the kills here at the moment, Nigma. They can't kill Ice. They can't kill Fly. Even with being able to outnumber EG, it doesn't matter at this stage. They're not getting these kills at all.
And space for Arteezy. Maelstrom's done. He's not getting pressured because they're making these deep moves. Yep, he's going for full greed. He has to this game. They're going for later,
it's the way
later scaling. Yeah.
And he gets this Maelstrom Midas online. He's going to be hitting gold values that just... You're not going to be keeping up with. I mean, iLTW at the moment at that top spot, but once Maelstrom and Midas is done, if Arteezy continues to get space, he's going to quickly close the gap on that Luna.
Has to get some type of way to increase his farm a bit faster, because iLTW, he's maxed the aura, but now going back for that max Moonglaive, not going for any points in ult. He's starting to prioritize his greed and farm.
Radiant are scanning.
Waterfall 1k lead here for Nigma already, as hoped for a much closer game. What we saw in game 1. Bottom.
Being chased.
To hunt him down here. Has he got any backup coming in? Miracle and GH, they're smoked up on the way over. Can they quite get here in time with that Maelstrom? They've got an extra bit of magical damage to go through, but they're in with the egg. Signa's able to get it off in time. They can't take the egg. Oh, they can. The Fly will manage to get the last hit, and they bring down the Supernova, but it's Nigma cleaning up big time as this time iLTW's ready to get involved. With the Luna turning up, it absolutely is that extra bit of power that Nigma need to come out on top of these fights.
And they barely even kill that egg. They have to use the magnetic field to give them that extra attack speed to bring it down, but it's a bait egg. The rest of them just come up and they get cleaned up quickly. Mind Control survives during all of it. iLTW comes for the cleanup. Level 10 near level 11. And that's Arteezy's first death. He's only level 8. He is going to be really far behind of this Luna.
Stupendous!
Vessel now done for Miracle. Now they have the opportunities to kill this Timbersaw.
Much more of the pace that we expect to see from Nigma this game too. This is what's
I don't know how I feel about Arc Warden either. Does feel like a bit of a hard hero to make work. Yeah, I think he's really hard to make work in a lot of these games when they do have reach and when they do have ways to take down these towers, and just getting on top of you is one of the biggest things too that we've seen that Nigma's been so good at doing with mind control on this DK and with this Phoenix. They just commit onto these heroes. So RTZ definitely has to have some protection. He has to have, that's what I was mentioning, like Ice has to have a good game because he has to be that body unit for RTZ. He's queued up a BKB on Ice, so that's really saying a whole lot how he feels about this game, how it's going to start going, because there's so much overwhelming magic damage that is coming out from Nigma. Miracle, looking for Fly.
Miracle. Got the catch, and with the vessel down on him, they've certainly got the damage. No chance for Fly to heal up this time. Nigma maybe seeing if they could chase down for more. Mind Control is able to get the stun off on to crit. They're chasing up to the high ground. They've caught him, slowed him down here in the ice wall. It's another one here for Nigma. As with those kills, they'll have the space to push on mid, and of course, with this Luna and Dragon, they have a lot of pushing potential this time around, Nigma, to take these quick towers.
They're starting to take advantage of the map, taking control completely. Look at this iLTW net worth 8,200 on the Luna. I mean, this is ridiculous.
So far ahead.
He's level 12 as well. Look at that next highest level in the game. It's level 10s.
We'll see if RTZ does catch up with when he has the milestone on top of the Maelstrom, but honestly, if RTW is going to farm this fast, maybe you don't catch up to this Luna.
No, and Abed spotted. Miracle is stalking him with the Ghost Walk right now, pinging him out. Abed. Gotta be careful. Kuroki's starting to rotate over. Ice. Looking to go on iLTW. But Abed getting caught. Can he zip out? Can't.
And look who picks it up as well. iLTW turning up for the last touch there to get the kill. More money into the bank of the Luna. As iLTW is, this is insane. 9K net worth.
It is. And that was smooth by Miracle. He just ghost walked, chilling on the side, waiting for an opportunity to see when Abed just takes one step too far, when Kuroki can close the gap. Starting to get quite a bit of control on the map here. Those limited moves that EG can make, since Abed is he's just so shut down in the game from the hero matchups. He's versus a Lion, he's versus a DK, he's versus the Invoker. There's so much control for him. Crit, he's trying to do the same thing. He's stalking iLTW. This could be a big grab if they can get on him. But Nigma's prepared. They're already rotating over. The ward does spot them. Crit starting to back away. They have that obs and that sentry inside of the lane.
EG can't fight this. Abed and RTG are just not in fighting shape right now.
No, they're going to look to swing toward mid, where Ice is getting some good tower pressure with the siege creep. GH, let's start slowing it down.
Under attack.
They will bring mind control. Blink Dagger is done on the DK.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Abed wants to maybe see if we can get something over it, but it's so hard to make a move into Nigma right now. I don't know how you make this sort of play as EG.
It's difficult too, because as we mentioned, they don't have a team fight draft whatsoever. They're all about split push, all about trying to catch heroes that are isolated. Nigma is not about that playstyle. This is their bread and butter draft of grouping up. They have a blink on the line already too. Kuroki getting one super early in this game, 16 minutes. Man, this map feels like it's going to be really hard to play for EG for the next 10 plus minutes. Oh, Abed. Fancy footwork. His TP's on cooldown.
He's going to get cold
He's hot.
He's dead.
He's gone.
Another quick catch here from Miracle. Sharing the tips out between themselves and Nigma. I mean, Nigma's feeling the flow this time. As I say, this is what's been allowing Nigma to run over games when they play at this pace and with this level of execution. 11-5, 4K lead. It's just completely different to game one. I think they've got to be looking at game one and be saying, right, we're never doing that again, because it's just totally different.
No, they're probably looking and just being like, let's just keep picking our, let's just pick our state heroes. Let's not make Mind Control play some Bristleback. Let's make Mind Control play his stunners, his Timbersaw last picks that he can just absolutely decimate and dominate the map. Tipping each other again, really feeling themselves as they should be. This game is, it's just feeling so hard for EG to do much of anything. They're just constantly getting caught. Look at this, Abed, 5 death snaps. He's just getting caught over and over and over again. Kuroki and Miracle not letting him play the game.
They're destroying the lap. They really are.
Thanks.
This is Swift. Again, immediate TP's bottom. Miracle ghost walked on the hunt. There is a sentry in lane, so they will see him this time. Can EG prepare?
See Miracle.
Crit.
Crit knows Miracle's around. Even with the information, EG, what do they do with this? They can't. It's very hard for them to really punch into Nigma. Nigma's happily going to take a fight if EG try and start something.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They're just going to go for him here. Easy opening as he tries to go for a bit of warding control.
It's getting out of control. It's only a 4K lead, but it's starting to feel much bigger than that already at this point. Because EG, they have no way to fight back. They don't have the easiest way to split push either, like they did last time with Brood, you know, Spiderlings pushing out the side lanes, Illusions being super pesky. They have to try to body with their heroes. And Nigma's just saying, okay, sure, good luck. We're just going to kill you every time you show on a lane. Midas not done for Miracle too. Yeah, they're just swinging 3 heroes constantly across the map with this early blink on Kuro, early blink on Mind Control. There's really no breathing room for EG at all.
I mean, EG, RTZ still playing for the scaling up. We're seeing next up after the Maelstrom Midas, he is going to work on completing the Mjolnir before we see any sort of defensive item, any BKB come into his build. So just continuing to stretch out the amount of time where RTZ, he's not going to really be interested at all in getting involved in these fights. So at least if he does, he could be in huge danger.
He'll just die almost immediately if he does look to join in. Philosopher's Stone also picked up for the side of Nigma, so even more casual gold coming the way. There's that Midas finished, and look at these deep wards that they've placed. The one near the Ancients is soon going to be dying, but the one up top, it's fresh. It's going to spot any type of moves that EG does look to do to clear out their jungle. See the circle drawn. iLTW has a perfect read of where EG is right now. Circling it, they even see that ward get placed down, so now they're 100% aware of where EG's playing, so they can just hit the bottom tower. This is really good planning. This is Nigma in a nutshell from what we've seen in this tournament.
Dire structures are fortified. Radiant structures are fortified.
And they're smoking. iLTW continues to show bottom, but they're smoking across the map to look for pickoffs with these Blink heroes, with Miracle.
So they're going to be able to get the catch on. There's top lane at the moment, Artesian and Crit. Artor would be the big one here.
They see Miracle.
Head into the trees, he's out with the TP. Could have turned that from Miracle, just comes a moment too late. Over to the side, they will find Crit. The rest of Nigma. Catch the next assassin.
Has been killed.
And with that, the top lane pushing in, iLTW in position to just take over the entire jungle of EG. Heavily limit the space that RTZ has to farm it. RTZ Mjolnir complete. So the next time we'll see what he goes for. I would imagine it is going to be something to give him some sort of sustainability in the action. So the moment with the Midas and the Mjolnir, he doesn't stand a chance in the fights.
If he doesn't go BKB, I don't know how they're ever going to fight. They're going to lose their base. I think Nigma's just going to start forcing the issue here.
I mean, at least with these two, he will be able to farm the BKB pretty quick. That is if he has space to send the double down lanes. But
they're losing it's full map control. iLTW has a butterfly, Owen.
I mean, he is huge. I mean, I really thought that this Midas Maelstrom, Mjolnir Arc Warden would be able to keep up, but he has not at all. iLTW is just so far ahead.
It's the way that Nigma's just swinging across the map. It's like 3 heroes hunting. EG just has to literally play the avoid game. They have BKB on Ice, so perhaps he can look to body and play in a deeper position, but anyone else who gets found is just dead. Abed, he's going for the Bloodstone build, but that's not going to save him, it feels like. He does have an Arcane Rune to play around, but he's still just going to get caught from these disables. There's so many that Nigma has.
Dire's middle tower.
I mean, it was RTZ, still commitment to the bit. Going for the bots recipe next. And then, of course, at least playing from the base then will allow him to get that double out in the side lanes, make sure that all lanes aren't getting pressured in on him. But does, of course, mean he's still very vulnerable in these moves if Nigma's able to get the jump on him. He's got to play very safe. And so far, so good. He has only died the once this game. RTZ has been able to keep it pretty safe himself.
But he's almost 6,000 gold behind him. It's not getting better. It's not changing by any means. Nigma has full control of the map. It looks like the opposite from the last game.
No, it really does. Really, really does. Last game was just a completely different Nigma, it felt like. this time round. Things as expected. Yeah, just the difference in performance, as I said at the start, that I think you could have expected to see between this iLTW Luna compared to what he was able to do.
Here comes the fight.
It's massive. Trying to make the jump on mind control, but mind control's got backup coming in. He can be popped from outside sides. He'll look to stay on top of mind control. He's got the damage. They will bring down the DK. They're on top of Arto. The back off. DC's dead and gone. They're over the crit as well. 2 taken out. RTW just ready to clean them all up here with the Eclipse. Outside sides, he's out to the side, but they'll find him. The last bit of damage. Abed is in onto RTW.
Gets him.
We'll actually be able to bring him down. GH is looking to get out with the TP. He's out in time. All things said and done there. Abed will manage to get some sort of a cleanup here for EG.
Radiant are
Not bad. Not bad, all things considered. How far behind it really feels like they are. Yeah, they get the setup. They split the fight up nicely. When they know they're at this big disadvantage of that fight, they do get the good split. Force a lot of ultimates onto Arteezy while they go onto Miracle in the backlines with Crit and with Abed. They get the perfect grab on him with those two. And now the Bloodstone, he's up to 17 charges, so some small signs of life for EG.
Absolutely. Well, they need a bit more of that, but big fight to be had there, especially when you're taking down this iLTW Luna. Some money here for Abed. Arcane Rune as well, ready to go for the next bit of action they get involved in.
All right, all right. Nigma says, who cares? Smoke again, look for the fight. iLTW still dead for 5.
EG's smoking up as well.
They're all alive. iLTW still not alive. He is TPing toward top, close to BKB on him. He's changed it up. He's going for Satanic, going for more greed. Mind control.
Mind control.
Jumps in.
He gets the initiation onto size, but not the clearest one to sort of follow up.
iLTW wants nothing to do with this. He's like, let me finish my item, guys. Give me a moment, and then I'll come join with you. I'm very close to the Satanic. Right after he finishes up these 2 camps, he will have it done. Still 6,000 ahead of his counterpart.
Another smoke.
EG, back-to-back smoke, yeah.
Yeah. Keeping their foot on the pedal here.
Arcane Rune on Abed, like you said. So feeling like they do have a bit of momentum going their way. Kuroki is going to walk right into him.
Found Kuro. Able to get the X off. They're zipping straight in over towards him. Abed's able to get the grab up with the Vortex. Kuro with the stick charges. Will still fall. They cut him down here as they fly across with the Timber Chain. EG get the kill on Kuro and the back off. They'll lose crit, support for support, maybe fly as well as the Tornado does clip him. And that will set up for Nigma to find a couple this time.
I can't believe that hits him. Absolute max range Tornado just catches Fly. They almost were able to get the retreat.
RTZ, he's getting there. BKB, of course, is indeed coming up next. He's making his way towards it. With the BKB in these fights, he might stand a bit of a better chance. Obviously, still has to be very cautious of RTW cutting through him if he gets on top of him with the high amount of physical that he's dishing out right now. But at least we'll have the ability to stand and not have to worry about these heroes trying to jump him as he sits on the back lines.
He is spotted for a second here, though. There is a ward, and it's going to be important that they get those BKBs off pre-jump, because there is these 2 almost instant disables that are coming out from the DK and the Lion. They're definitely getting themselves into a better position here. Storm Spirit, 18 Bloodstone charges, almost level 18 on him, too.
And the thing is, yeah, as the gold is sort of going with the split, it could turn into this sort of late game scenario where if they can kill the Luna, if they get rid of the Luna, get rid of RTW in these fights, the power of RTZ on the Arc and Abed on the Storm as the game scales on could be a little too overwhelming for the rest of Nigma in the team fight.
No, absolutely. And they do have the matchup of a Nyx versus an Invoker. So the Nyx just starts to get stronger and stronger as he gets those mana burn levels. 2 mana burns in the fight, and the Invoker is likely dead if he doesn't go for a BKB of his own. Definite signs of life to slowing it down, but this Luna still tremendous. And the Luna does have a steroid function with that Invoker behind him, too. So that's the one thing that Arteezy is kind of lacking in this game. Doesn't have a hero to buff him up. Besides himself, of course, with the magnetic field. And there's an Aghanim's now on the Invoker. Miracle does have Cataclysm at the ready. If they get a multi-hero stun, even if they get a single hero stun, whoever does get hit by it is likely just instantly dead in the fight. iLTW, now BKB of his own after a full Satanic. These items are just getting pumped out so quickly.
killing him is not going to be easy whatsoever.
No, and the Roche fight, that's going to be the test for EG.
Radiant
Fighting around that area where Nigma's just going to be able to hit the Roche and force EG into a weird position with an egg. BKB, done an RTZ. Stun on 2, nice.
And neither team really with the ability to walk into Roche. Got to take a fight beforehand.
Smoke by EG. iLTW breaks it instantly. Another gen rune on the Storm. He's just running into them.
I mean, he knows how strong he is. iLTW here. Crit over to the side. Will he have set up with a 2-man stun? And they get the jump straight away onto Miracle. Miracle's getting burst down on Miracle. He's able to get on the side. The Cataclysm comes crashing now. It's a cleanup here from iLTW and Miracle as it's a triple kill on the Luna. They get the combos off. They could not quite burst Miracle. As Nigma now head over to Warside. They've got the vessel down upon him. 4 kills for Nigma. They only lose GH, who was immediately buying back to return to the rest of the team to go to this Roshan. As there we have it. I mean, they were so close to getting that fight under control. If they kill Miracle there, it's probably a whole different story, but they couldn't quite take him all the way down.
They have to switch the attention for a second to kill the egg, because otherwise the egg pops, but Miracle gets a moment there because of, honestly, the godly reactions from Kuro. Instant blink stun when the stun comes out from the Nyx assassin allows Miracle to get his essence ring off, which saves his life. That little bit of jolt of heal with combination of the Sunray, it saves him. Cataclysm connects on like 3-4 heroes with an Eclipse on top. Whew. He didn't even get to pop the regen. Abed insta-died from Kuroki's stun.
Huge moves there from Nigma. That's now set them up with this already borderline unkillable Luna. Now having the backup of the Aegis and the cheese.
Generation.
So has the shard in his bags. There we go.
Yeah, they're swapping it in now. There we go.
Haste.
I was wondering if maybe they were just debating of who to give it to. Maybe Kuroki was like, hey, you know, I kind of like some Magic community too. But Kuroki's got his own protection. He's got an A on disc, so they're prioritizing just giving it to iLTW, who he's definitely earned it this game. 11, 2, and 6. Pretty flawless performance so far on him.
I mean, for Arteezy, you know, what does he need to be able to carry this game? You know,
Radiant's bottom tower.
What items has he got to be getting out to be able to stand a chance in these team fights against such a huge Luna?
He needs some. It's like he needs damage, but he also needs some survivability. The Scotty's usually a pretty good pickup versus these ranged heroes. Does feel like one of the better ones. He's queued it up now, but even then, still feels a little lackluster just because of how massive this Luna really is as a butterfly. So he's gonna have trouble hitting. It's like you want Scotty, but you also likely want an MKB just to be able to trade the hits versus him. There's too many things just because of how ahead. iLTW is just so far ahead. You need 2 items to really deal with him at this point.
Oh, that's true.
He's almost got his MKB done too.
There you go.
I mean, to the point that you feel that if you're EG, you're really trying to avoid the fights until Arteezy does have that Skadi and MKB, because otherwise you can't confidently say, we can lock down and kill this Luna.
Jeez, I don't know. You can't wait that long, though. It's way too much gold. That's like waiting for 10,000 gold, it feels like. So they have to try to fight back here, but it is not easy. They do it, thankfully. I've been watching Fly in a couple of these fights. He's trying to do this. It's difficult as an Enchantress when there's so much chaos and you're just getting one-shotted. He's taking over the Luna illusion, so they at least have that to give them the Lunar Blessing aura inside the fights too, which does help the damage, but it's not quite enough. There's just too much damage that Nigma is dishing out. And there's too many things that EG has to deal with. There's an egg with the Sunray flying over. There's an Eclipse. There's a Cataclysm. It really is just so difficult for EG to win a team fight
Radiant's bottom
when all of Nigma is there. As the MKB's done, Bubble is on the tower. Can't quite hit that.
Dire structures are fortified.
RTW, he's not going to be too scared of standing his ground here. Up by the tower with BKB Satanic Aegis to all fall back
Tower's
upon.
dying. As soon as this tower dies, we know what happens with those glaives.
That's going to tear apart the base. Look at that. Rack's gone in an instant. There's nothing that EG can do to defend that step.
Burrowing near the other tower now. Crit. Position to get some nice mana burns and stuns. Will be annoying.
I'm going to jump at mind control. He's got the stun. Cataclysm's climbing down. Fly doesn't stand a chance there. Blown up by the Cataclysm. Crit, he's burrowed in position, trying to defend, but the glaives are coming out. Crit just died.
The glaives
too much damage.
Dire's middle
Another tower, another ranks here. Tier 4 starting, of course, to take damage as well. They just cannot stop Nigma here. 18k lead. Nigma's just going to keep pushing on. They've got no real reason to back off here.
Nope. Now have the Alacrity talent too. Look at iLTW go. Look at this damage. Plus 347.
RTZ trying to send the double in to get the job done, but RTW just turns the Satanic. He's able to turn towards the double, take it out. The egg comes out. ISO's actually trying to hit it, but no one else is able to do so. They can't take down this Supernova. They've got to back off. RTZ pops the BKB, has to back away. Arbet doing his best to try and cut the creeps, make sure that the backdoor protection kicks back in. That will slow down the potential of Nigma a little bit. Give EG a bit of breathing room.
But they can't fight. There's just no way they can win the team fights. As we said, a single hero gets stunned and they're deleted, and they have to fight man down. Crit, he's burrowed in the base, but gets forced out of burrow and just gets slaughtered by the Glaives. Nigma looking to close this one up very soon.
Yeah.
Aegis is getting reclaimed in a moment, but my God, look, iLTW just has another item. He already has the Linken's finish too. He's 30,000 net worth. Like this is one of the more farmed heroes I've seen at this tournament. He's approaching the 1,000 GPM.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
No, you're absolutely right about that. I think we're currently 927 GPM.
That's unbelievable.
On RTW. Yeah, this is why you give the lad Luna. Absolutely.
Yeah. Fits so well with their draft. When they see this Nyx assassin, you know, they have their DK. They're like, let's just raise the element of group up with this Luna, and he is so comfortable, as you mentioned, master tier on it, having a perfect game. He's 6 slotted at 34 minutes.
Time to go for the high ground. Oh, jumping straight away. Maestro getting aggressive. Armor's going to be able to counterplay there. Before Maestro, the counter comes down. Crit just gets burned in position. Turning it over towards Fly as well.
My goodness.
Easy kills for RTW. And they take down the two of them. Arbet trying to disrupt the push here from Nigma, but RTW, he's got no reason to back off. The tower's gone. Nigma, they'll look to claim the Megas. RTZ just dying to the Glaives here at the side. He's trying to push back RTW. He can't do anything at all. RTZ's got to run. He's got no fight to be had here. Arbet's taken out. Nigma, they're ready to close this one up. Over to the tier 4s. There really seems to be nothing whatsoever that EG can do here. So RTZ will try some cute plays with the bubble, but they'll tap out indeed. GG, it's called as Nigma. This was the Nigma that we expected to see. This is the